This is the Civilization 4 NLL. Hello and welcome to the Noble Leaders League. I am Kjotleik. This is the 3rd division and the game right now is Alexander versus Lincoln. Alexander is number 14 with 5 points, Lincoln number 8 with 8 points. Alexander's form is 104, Lincoln's form is 203. Alexander is on a 3-game losing streak that he intends to stop right here, right now. Lincoln lost round 8 after back-to-back wins in his previous 2 games. This is the starting position of Alexander. Let's get the resource bubbles on to show. He starts next to a river. There is some jungle here. We have rice, we have sugar, there are pigs, there is also uranium for later, and there is some clams up here. He is on the eastern part of the big starting continent. Over on the west we have Lincoln. He starts here. There is no rivers, but we have dye, we have 2 clams, there is oil for later, and there is also some pigs, and there is also there is oil here, by the way, as I said, and there is jungle. So let's see what they can do here. Let's get the resource bubbles off again. Let's start up the game. Alexander versus Lincoln in the round 9 of games in the 3rd division. 1 city each. Alexander is, 1 city still. Alexander is on 1 city still. Lincoln is unhappy with Alexander, he's annoyed. 2 cities each at the moment then. Alexander is actually a little bit weaker, now he's equal in strength. 3 cities Alexander. No, 3 cities was Lincoln, excuse me. They are shifting position on the scoreboard so often that it's hard to see. But now Lincoln is up to 4 cities, Alexander 3. They are in different religions. Lincoln in Judaism, Alexander in Buddhism. We are almost at turn 150. They are 6 cities Lincoln, 5 cities Alexander. They haven't touching borders yet, but they are close by, 6 cities each at the moment. Turn 166 now, 67. Lincoln is up to 9 cities, Alexander 7. Lincoln has expanded into more cities. 9 cities versus 7, but in score they are pretty even. Lincoln is now a little bit stronger than Alexander, but Alexander seems to be building a little bit of units. Lincoln is up to 11 cities though, Alexander on 7. Lincoln with 11 cities to 7, that is an advantage, and Alexander is now stronger, and there is the war, he built up for war. Now 8 cities Alexander, 10 to Lincoln. 8 cities Alexander, 10 to Lincoln. We are at turn 218 and the war is going on. 8 cities Alexander, 10 to Lincoln. Let's see, they are equal in strength. Now Alexander is growing a little bit weaker, which means that he is losing cities, losing units, excuse me, not cities, units. And now we have the peace treaty and they are equal in strength. Alexander up to 9 cities, Lincoln has 10. But let's see, peace treaty is over and we immediately have the next war. Alexander 10 cities, Lincoln now 9. Looks like Alexander is trying to attack to win this game early. Or, well, at least semi-early. If he can, but Lincoln has engineering and going for paper. Alexander is equal in strength. Now Alexander starts with engineering. And Lincoln in 10 cities, Alexander with 9. Lincoln is on education. They are equal in strength. And the war rages. There is no peace treaty yet. Alexander now up to 10 cities. Lincoln on 9. Alexander is getting engineering now. Lincoln is going towards education. Alexander on music next. Turn 260. 10 cities to 9. Favoring Alexander at the moment. Still 10 cities to 9, Alexander is equal in strength, a little bit stronger, up to 1.1 or down to 1.0 again. It is very even at the moment, there is no telling how this war is going to end. 10 cities Alexander, 9 cities Lincoln, still Lincoln going for optics. And on to astronomy. Lincoln is trying to go astronomy, Alexander with 10 cities, Lincoln with 9. And with guilds now for Alexander, going towards banking next. It depends what they can do. Lincoln up to 10 cities now, Alexander down to 9 again. It is switching back and forth, who has 10 and who has 9, and now they have 9 cities each. Probably one got raised, and Lincoln now getting astronomy in 1 turns. Alexander is a little bit weaker again, down to 0.9, 0.8 the strength of Lincoln. Lincoln And we have the peace. We do have the peace. Can Lincoln spend these 10 turns? Well, it looks like it is not a peace treaty in effect, so maybe it was just a ceasefire. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. 10 cities each now. Lincoln has founded a city down in the south on the microcontinent down there. We have the next war, by the way. Alexander now on 11 cities going towards gunpowder. Lincoln is going constitution. 9 cities Lincoln now. Alexander is up to 12. Lincoln is down to 9, and Alexander is a little bit stronger, 1.2 times the strength as Lincoln. Alexander now 12 cities versus Lincoln's 10. We are at turn 315. 12 to 10, Alexander is trying his best. Lincoln, is he founding cities in the New World? He has 2 cities down in the south there, 11 cities each now on the map. But Lincoln, has he sent any settlers over to the big continent in the west? It doesn't look like that. But he has actually been there with boats, so we know of its existence. Alexander down to 0.9, the strength of Lincoln again. He has lost a lot of units in the war, in other words. 11 cities each. Alexander going towards nationalism. Lincoln is going towards scientific method. And it looks like 11 cities each. Lincoln has ended this golden age. He was in a golden age, in other words. And turn 334 now, 12 cities Lincoln. He has founded a city on the big continent in the west, and he has also signed a peace treaty with Alexander. 13 cities Lincoln now, Alexander 11. Alexander has not been able to break Lincoln in early wars, which means that Lincoln now has the advantage in city count. He has also an advantage in strength, because Alexander is down to 0.8 the strength of Lincoln after having lost a lot of units in that war. Lincoln going for communism, Alexander going for economics. 13 cities Lincoln, 11 cities for Alexander. And with Alexander failing to get a decisive advantage early on, and now Lincoln is building up units perhaps because Alexander is down to 0.8 the strength of Lincoln, and it's also turned a red color. 16 cities Lincoln, 11 cities Alexander. Alexander getting corporation, and Lincoln is going physics while Alexander goes optics, which means that Alexander is maybe trying for astronomy now. But it's a little bit late, isn't it? 16 cities Lincoln, 11 cities Alexander, and Alexander down to 0.7 the strength of Lincoln, and we have the war. We do have the next war, and now Alexander is down to 10 cities, up to 11 again immediately. 17 cities Lincoln, 11 cities Alexander, and Alexander is losing, he's down to 10 cities now. Lincoln is up to 18, he has the advantage now. Alexander could be in for some trouble here today, right now. Lincoln 18 cities, Alexander 10. And it looks to me like Lincoln is... we have the peace treaty then. And then Los Angeles was liberated, so that Alexander is down to 9 cities and Lincoln is up to 19. Alexander 0.8 the strength, both of them getting chemistry. 19 cities Lincoln, 10 cities Alexander now. Alexander has founded a new city on that island down southwest. And we see there's still a lot of land available on the new continent in the northwest, but 19 cities to 11. Alexander is founding a few island cities now around the map. 20 cities Lincoln versus 11 Alexander, and both of them getting military science. And Alexander is still weaker than Lincoln down to 0.8 the strength. Lincoln going for replaceable parts while Alexander is on military tradition. 23 cities Lincoln. He is expanding really well in the New World right now. And Alexander is also building a few cities, but those are island cities mostly. 23 cities to 13 is the count at the moment. Alexander 0.8 the strength of Lincoln. We are at turn 408. Alexander ending his golden age, he's getting steel, we are in war. Lincoln is getting rifling in 4 turns. 24 cities to 13, and this is the war that probably is going to decide what's going to happen in this game. If it is an equal war where not many cities change hands, then we could see this game going towards a draw, but we have 80 turns left of that. Lincoln has plenty of time to take out Alexander yet. Alexander is trying to go for culture though, and he has made peace. He's now running the cultural slider with 1300 for almost 1400 culture per turn. He's down to 12 cities. Lincoln has 25. The question is, will Lincoln be able to attack again and win domination before Alexander reaches the cultural victory here? This is Alexander's chance. Lincoln is not that warlike, but he is furious against Alexander, so he should be able to attack him. He is at least stronger than Alexander. Alexander down to 0.6 the strength of Lincoln. Lincoln also going combustion. But with 12 cities left for Alexander, that's plenty enough to win culture. He is up to 2500 culture per turn at the moment. He's adopting free speech as well. And this could be a game that is slipping away from Lincoln if he allows Alexander to go the cultural route now with 57 turns left of the game. I think that Lincoln should know that he has to attack. It doesn't look like it yet, but he should. He is furious. He's twice as strong as Alexander. He really should try to attack now instead of depending on the privateers. 27 cities to 12. Alexander getting 2700 culture per turn, and now we have the next war. Now this is important. What is going to happen here? Will Lincoln go forth to win and win domination, or will Alexander get his cultural victory before that? We have 48 turns left of the game. This could go either one of two ways: Lincoln domination or Alexander culture, or it could end up a draw, of course. There is the possibility of that. Lincoln 3 times as strong as Alexander, and 27 to 12 is the city count. Alexander still on 12 cities though, and still going culture. He's getting 2700 culture per turn, Alexander. It depends whether Lincoln can take one of his 3 cultural attempt cities. I haven't seen any cities go legendary, but that doesn't mean they haven't. Now Alexander down to 11 cities, and he's going 100% culture, 1500 culture per turn, 11 cities for Alexander. Lincoln, will you do it? Will you take one of the cultural cities away from him, or will you not? 30 turns left. The question is, will you win domination at all? This could very well end up a draw because it's only 28 turns left now. So if Alexander is not close enough to culture, we'll see. Lincoln is getting industrialism in 7, but that's going to be a little bit late as well. But well, he's going to be able to use it a little bit. 1400 culture per turn for Alexander, still on 11 cities. If he can steal away this victory now, Alexander, that would be some twist of this game. With 20 turns left, Lincoln is the biggest leader. He has 28 cities, Alexander 11, and Lincoln is on plastics. But Alexander is doing his culture. He is getting 1400 culture per turn with 15 turns left of the game. Lincoln, can you take one of the 3 cultural cities of Alexander? It doesn't look like it. You are 5 times as strong as the Greek leader, but that won't matter at all if Alexander can get his 3rd city up to legendary. I don't know how close Alexander is. He is trying his very best though. 11 cities left, 12 turns left of the game. What's going to happen towards the end here? We have 10 turns left. 10 turns left to find a solution, to find a victory condition. Lincoln is trying to fight, but he is not taking cities, so we won't be winning a domination. Alexander with 11 cities left. Does he have enough? Does he have enough to win a cultural victory? I don't know. It's going to come down to the last few turns here now. 6 turns, 5 turns left. 11 cities, Alexander. Domination is out of the question. 4 turns left. And 10 cities. He has lost a city. He's down to 10, but 2 turns left. Will he win on this turn? Will he get his cultural cities? 9 cities left for Alexander now, and 1 turn left of the game. And here it is. It is a draw. It is a draw. Lincoln, you were the biggest one. You failed to win the game. Alexander held out with his 9 cities to get 1 point. So that was a disappointment for the Lincoln fans, of course, but Alexander, in a game like this, where he was outplayed, he must be really happy to get 1 point. The game ended with a draw, but it was not for the lack of trying. Alexander declared the first 3 wars of the game, and he actually was victorious in all 3 of them. Then Lincoln apparently got pissed off and he declared the next 3. It was a total of 6 wars in the game, Lincoln winning 2 and 1 was a standoff. It ended up with a draw in the end. Let's go take a look at the stats. Here we have the graphs. Lincoln is the darker blue and we see he has most score towards the end. Alexander was better towards the middle of the game as we see. GNP, that was Alexander trying to go for a cultural victory, he failed. The production, that was Lincoln towards the end there, and food was also Lincoln. Power, Lincoln. Culture was Alexander obviously, and espionage was Alexander, all the way to the end where Lincoln overtook him. The demographics, Alexander's numbers, Lincoln's numbers, we see ended up with 31.9, almost 31.9 million inhabitants after the game was over. Let's go to the top 6 cities and wonders. Let's check the wonders first then. 3 wonders in the BC era, Temple of Artemis, Mahabodhi and Stonehenge. Let's go to the top and see the top 6 cities then. Knossos of Alexander, Athens of Alexander, Sparta of Alexander are the top 3. Then Alexander has the 4th, Lincoln the 5th, Alexander the 6th. City. Statistics then, Alexander, 13 cities built, 1 raised, 4 religions, 2 golden ages, currently on 27 towns, 22 farms and 20 windmills. He built in his cities 18 granaries, 15 barracks, 11 fortresses and courthouses, 3 Hindu mandirs. Page down, we see page 2 and the Colossus down there, page down again on the 3rd, and then we see a Confucian Academy as the last building. Let's go to the top and look at current units then. 20 grenadiers, 15 longbowmen, 12 musketmen, and 2 war elephants at the bottom. He trained a total of 58 war elephants, 41 longbowmen, 36 phalanxes, 6 great artists as well, page down. And we see the list is completed by 1 privateer. Kills done for Alexander, 45 macemen, 28 grenadiers, 27 catapults, down to 1 Navy SEAL, and the losses were 53 war elephants, 37 musketmen, 29 longbowmen, and all the way down to 1 Buddhist missionary. Let's look at the numbers for Lincoln then. 27 cities built, 3 religions founded, 1 golden age, currently on 53 windmills, 44 workshops, 41 towns. He built in his cities 27 granaries, 24 barracks and harbors, and 2 Jewish temples. Let's go page down to see page 2, and it completes with the Pentagon as the last building. Let's go to the top and look at the current units then. 107 infantries, 28 workers, 24 Navy SEALs and cavalries, all the way down to 1 frigate. He built a total of 53 catapults, 50 longbowmen, 49 crossbowmen, 8 great generals. Let's go page down to see page 2, and it ends with 1 great prophet as the last unit. Let's confirm the kills: 53 war elephants, 37 musketmen, 29 longbowmen, and down to 1 Buddhist missionary. And the losses: 45 macemen, 28 grenadiers, 27 catapults, down to 1 archer. Let's go take a look at the victory conditions screen then. From this screen we see that Lincoln had only 59% of the land area that he needed for domination. We also see that Athens and Knossos both were legendary, and that Sparta was 19 turns away from reaching legendary, so it was actually Alexander that was closest to winning this game. Lincoln built the Apostolic Palace, that didn't matter. Let's go exit and take a look at the cities. Alexander with 9 cities left then. Sort by population, we see Thebes, Ephesus, Phasalos, Pop 13, Halicarnassus 11, Rhodes 10. And yeah, we see 19 turns left for Sparta. Yeah, well, building a maceman, okay. Building a lot of military units, trying to defend, that is good at least. So you can see the rest of the numbers there. Well, we go then to Lincoln to see the American cities. He has 30 of them. Okay, 30 American cities. Let's go here and sort by population. Make sure we are at the top. St. Louis is 17 pop, Washington, Boston, Seattle, Miami, Detroit and Cincinnati 15, and then you see the list goes down. With some happiness problems in a few of them, and health in the biggest ones. You see the numbers all the way, building a lot of military culture in Corinth, as we can see. Phoenix, pop 7 is the last on page 1. Let's go to the bottom and see Phoenix there, and then Eritrea is the first on page 2, so together with Baltimore, Las Vegas and Mycenae. Spoiler alert, results and updated league tables follows after this screen. In the table, Alexander is number 13 with 6 points and a negative 45 score turn difference. Lincoln is number 9 with 9 points and a positive 2. In a little while, we have the second game of the day in the league, Montezuma versus Darius I. I am Kjotleik, this has been the Noble Leaders League. I hope to see you back next game.